What's up, everyone? My name is Ivy, and I am the nail tech coach. I'm a licensed nail tech instructor as well as a licensed nail tech. This is a video about state board prep. So I'm going to walk you through the steps of how to prepare your bags, how to pack your bag, and everything like that. And I'm going to explain everything to you, why we do things the way we do, why things need to be done in a certain way. I hope you guys find it extremely useful, because that's what I do. Like, I just want to help. Okay. So like, being a nail tech is my passion, but helping other nail techs is even more of my passion. So like I said, I am a licensed nail tech instructor, and I do work at a school here in South Carolina, but I also do nails once I'm done teaching. So I'm still in the industry and I'm still aware of what's going on. So I decided that I wanted to make this video by the request of my students. Some of my students, although we go over state board prep at school, sometimes they just don't have everything that they need at the time. So I just wanted to have this video so they could reference back to it. And I hope that you all find it useful as well. So let's get right into it, and I'm going to tell you what I'm doing here. So I'm currently labeling my bags. When you go to state board, you're going to need to have 3 bags. They can be gift bags like I have here, or you can just go and get like the brown paper bags from the grocery store. It doesn't matter if they have the grocery store's name on it or not, because you're going to put labels on it. Okay, so right now I'm labeling my 3 bags. The 3 bags need to be labeled individually. So one needs to say trash on it on all 4 sides. The other one needs to say soiled linen, and that needs to be on all 4 sides. And the other one needs to say to be disinfected, and that needs to be on all 4 sides. So you're going to have 3 separate bags, and they need to be labeled on all 4 sides. Again, they need to be labeled trash. The other one needs to be labeled soiled linen, and the other one needs to be labeled to be disinfected. You can find this information on your, if you go to your license and labor and regulations, if you go to your state board website, you should be able to find a candidate bulletin for nail techs. The candidate bulletin basically just explains what your test is going to consist of, and the requirements of what your kit should have in it. If I'm not mistaken, all tests all states go by NIC, and NIC is basically the company that makes up our tests, and they say what each state should be testing our nail techs on. Now, this does vary state to state, because the state can decide to omit some things or add some things. But in the state of South Carolina, if you are about to take your nail tech state board test, you definitely want to watch this video, because this is exactly what you need. I'm going to prepare this for, I'm preparing my kit for South Carolina nail techs, and it's up to you. If you're from another state, it's up to you, you have to go and do your research to see, if it's different or if it's the same, if you can use it or not. But like I said, NIC is recognized all over the United States. So now I'm going in and adding a trash bag just for added security. This is optional, but I highly recommend it, especially if you're using the brown paper bags, they're not quite as sturdy as a gift bag. So if you're going to use the brown paper bags from like a grocery store, I would suggest you add these bags too. Okay, just like the plastic trash liner bags is really all you need. And I'm just stapling them here to secure them, just to make sure that they don't move while I'm testing. I briefly do want to talk to you about what goes in each bag. So to be disinfected bag would be like your manicure bowl, your manicure brush, your polishes would go into your to be disinfected bag. Also, your soiled linen would be your towel. So you're going to place a towel down, and that towel would go into your soiled linen bag. Trash is obviously things that you have to throw away after one use, right? It can't be clean, it can't be disinfected, so that needs to go in the trash. So I just wanted to make sure everybody understood that. If you have questions though, you can comment on this video, or feel free to reach out to me on Instagram, Facebook, even TikTok. You can hit me up at the Nail Tech Coach. Okay, so now I'm going to prepare for the manicure section of my test. As you can see, I have a hand towel here that I have laid out, and I'm going to put some paper towels on top of it. And then I'm going to place a hand file, a wooden pusher, a nail clipper, preferably a straight edge nail clipper, a buffer, and I needed to put a manicure brush in there, but I forgot. But you need to add a manicure brush too. So I take all those things and I put them into a little sandwich bag, and now I'm going to fold my towels up, and I'm gonna roll those implements up roll them up with the towel. And I'm doing it like this because I want State Board to know that my tools are clean and properly stored. And also too, having them in a bag will help for whenever I go to unroll my towel, my implements won't go flying everywhere. So as you can see here, I'm adding soap, a bottle of water. I'm going to add my manicure bowl, and I'm also going to add base coat, top coat, and red polish. These are regular polishes. They are not gel polish, okay? So make sure it's a regular base coat, a regular top coat, and a regular red polish. It does have to be red in the state of South Carolina, so check with your state to see if there's a specific color that you have to polish with for this section. Now I'm going to prepare for the next section of my test. This is the tip blending, the sculptured nail, and the removal of the sculptured nail. So again, I'm laying down a hand towel, and I am laying down some paper towels on top of that. I'm going to add a hand file and a buffer. I prefer the purple buffers because they're a little bit harder and they will help with your tip blending. It'll help blend your tip down faster. I also have another straight edge nail clipper. You can use a straight edge nail clipper or the tip cutters, but I just prefer the straight edge nail clipper. I do have a metal cuticle pusher as well. Then you see me add my my forms. That's the gold things there in the video. Those are my forms, my paper forms. I also have tips. And I also have the removal foils. So like the foil that you use to soak off nails. I have some of those. I also am adding monomer and polymer. So to the kit, it's odorless monomer. In South Carolina, it does have to be odorless. You might want to check with your state to see what their requirements are. But my state in South Carolina requires odorless monomer, and it does have to be sealed. So if you're not familiar with odorless monomer, you might want to get 2 kits, one that you can take to state board that's not open, and then one that you can practice with. I'm also adding 2 dapping dishes because I need to put my monomer in the dapping dish, obviously, and I also need to add my powder in the second dapping dish. Okay, the reason you want to do this is because you don't want to double dip, right? State board says that we should not be double dipping because it's not clean or safe or sanitary, right? So although monomer and polymer cannot harbor bacteria, this is what state board says, so this is what you need to do. So here I'm just, showing you the aluminum foil that I'm using or that I'm adding to my kit. I'm also going to go ahead and add primer to the kit because you'll need that for your sculptured nail section. So I'm going to add primer. The primer that we're using is just by Gelish. It's just a non-acid primer. Your primer does need to be in this original bottle, so you can't just like use primer that just says primer on the bottle. It does need to be in this original bottle. I'm also showing you because for our state it does say that you're supposed to use full well tips. However, I've sent several students to state board with like the half well tips and they pass with no problem. So I really feel like they don't pay that close of attention to that. Full well tips are so much harder to blend, and that's probably why they want you to use them. But if you use like a half well tip, it'll be fine. Okay, I'm also adding glue to the bag, so I'm putting my tips, my glue, my forms, and my foils in a baggie, and it's separate from my baggie with my implements in it. I created a checklist for my students to reference whenever they're packing their bags. So I was just, pull that out, and I was looking at that just to make sure that I didn't forget anything. I did realize that I had not added a acrylic brush. So you will need an acrylic brush for the sculptured nail section. And that brush should be a 100% Kolinsky brush. It doesn't matter the size, it's whatever size is comfortable for you, but you do need to have that brush because you won't be able to take that portion of your test without it. So now that I have everything that I need for the second portion of my test, the tip blending, sculptured nail and removal of sculptured nail, I'm just going to take all of those materials, implements, everything that I need for that section, and I'm going to put it in a separate bag. It is again a gallon size freezer bag, so I'm just going to put all of those things inside of that bag. Now let's pack for the universal supplies basket. Inside your universal supply basket, you want to have acetone, alcohol, cuticle oil, cuticle softener, lotion. Okay, all of those things want to go inside your universal bag or basket. You also want lint-free wipes, cotton rounds, Q-tips, and as well as gloves and your first aid kit. All of those things need to go into your universal basket because your universal basket is basically all of the items that you're going to use for the entire test. Okay, so you will pull that out in section 1. I think I am going to do another video explaining every portion of the test, what you're supposed to do, and I may even do another video kind of like walking y'all through. So If I get some good results from this video, or if I get some good feedback, then I'll just keep them coming, because I do feel like it's very important and very useful. So these are the gloves that I'm adding. Oh, and I did add some extra paper towels. Like, I just took paper towels and like cut them up, and I'm just putting them in there so that way they'll fit in the bag. And then I have my gloves. The reason I took out the hand sanitizer is because I'm going to pack that a little bit differently. Okay. And I'm adding my first aid kit. I did forget to mention that if you are in the state of South Carolina, you will need a mannequin hand to go to state board. You should check with your state to see if they require a mannequin hand. If they do, how many? Or do they want you to bring a live model? You have to check with your state guidelines to know that, okay? But in South Carolina, we only need one mannequin hand. Even though there's several portions to the test, it's just one mannequin hand. So let me tell you a little bit about this bag that I'm using. It is a gym bag that I purchased, a gym bag / duffel bag, and I purchased it from Amazon. And I like it because everything fits in there. It's deep enough for everything to fit in there with no problem. And when I went to take my things out, it was no problem. Also, I love the fact that it has side pockets. Reason being is because my side pockets is where I'm going to put my hospital grade wipes, whether they are Barbicide wipes or whether they're Cavi wipes. As long as they're hospital grade wipes, and they have to state on the label that they are a barbicidal, a fungicidal, and a virucidal. If it does not say that on the wipes, then they are not to be used when you go to state board. This is on the candidate bulletin. This is not something that I'm making up. So please do not take Lysol wipes. If I were you, I wouldn't chance it unless your state tells you otherwise. But in South Carolina, those wipes have to be a barbicide. They have to be a virucidal, a bactericidal, and a fungicidal. Okay. So I put those wipes on the side of my gym bag, and as well as my gloves and my hand sanitizer. All of that goes on the side. Okay. Inside of my main bag, I have both portions of the test, both two bags that I need for the 2 portions of my test, as well as my universal supplies. I'm probably going to make another video going into more detail, just explaining everything. But this is just like a way to help you pack your own bag for state board. So now we've come to the end of the video. I'm just simply making sure everything is packed the way it should be. If you have questions about anything that you saw in the video, please feel free to hit me up. You can comment on this video, or you can hit me up on the Nail Tech Coach on Instagram, Facebook, even TikTok. So I hope you guys found this useful. I plan to make more videos for y'all in the future. Thanks for watching.